Vietnam War True Stories, Battle of Lima Site 85. High above the jungles of northeastern Laos stood a mountain that officially held nothing of importance. Known locally as Phou Pha Thi, the steep limestone peak rose nearly 5,600 feet above the surrounding valleys. Its cliffs appeared almost impossible to climb, and its remote location placed it only about 15 miles from the border with North Vietnam. But hidden on its summit was one of America's most secret installations of the Vietnam War, Lima Site 85. Laos was officially neutral under international agreements, meaning American military forces were not supposed to operate openly inside the country. Yet the war had already spread across its borders. North Vietnamese forces used routes through Laos to move troops and supplies south, while the United States quietly expanded a secret air war against them. In 1967, American personnel installed a modified combat skyspot radar system on Phou Pha Thi. Operating under the code name Commando Club, it allowed U.S. aircraft to conduct bombing missions at night and during poor weather, when pilots could not clearly see their targets. The men operating the equipment were highly trained United States Air Force radar technicians. To conceal their military presence, they were formally separated from active service and presented as civilian employees of Lockheed. Their families were told little about where they were going or what they were doing. The mountain itself was considered the site's greatest defense. Three sides consisted of nearly vertical cliffs, while local Hong fighters and Allied troops protected the surrounding area. American officials believed a direct enemy assault against the summit would be extremely difficult. But North Vietnam knew the installation was there. In January 1968, North Vietnamese and two biplanes carried out an unusual air attack against the mountain. One aircraft was reportedly brought down after an Air America helicopter crew fired on it from the air. The attack made one fact unmistakably clear: a Lima Site 85 had become a major target. During the following weeks, thousands of North Vietnamese and Pathet Lao troops moved closer to Phou Pha Thi. Artillery positions were established, roads were improved, and the mountain was gradually surrounded. Despite the growing danger, the radar remained in operation. American leaders faced an impossible decision. The site was helping direct a significant number of air missions over Laos and North Vietnam. Abandoning it would mean losing an important advantage. Keeping it operational meant leaving untrained radar technicians directly in the path of an approaching army. On the evening of March 10, 1968, the enemy opened fire with artillery, mortars, and rockets. Explosions struck the mountaintop while specially trained North Vietnamese commandos began climbing the cliffs, approaching from directions that defenders had believed were impassable. Shortly before dawn on March 11, the commandos reached the summit. The attack quickly became chaotic. The American technicians were not infantrymen. Most had little preparation for close combat and had only limited weapons with which to defend themselves. Some attempted to reach defensive positions, while others sheltered beneath rocky ledges or inside small caves along the mountainside. Among them was Chief Master Sergeant Richard Etchberger. Etchberger helped organize a small group of wounded and trapped men on a narrow ledge below the summit. As enemy troops searched the area, he defended the position and called for rescue. When an Air America helicopter finally arrived, Etchberger repeatedly exposed himself to enemy fire while placing wounded comrades into rescue slings. Only after helping the others escape did he allow himself to be lifted aboard. As the helicopter pulled away, enemy fire struck through its underside. Etchberger was mortally wounded. His action saved several lives, but because the mission was classified, the full story of his courage remained hidden from the public for decades. He was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor in 2010. Only a small number of the American radar personnel were rescued. 11 technicians remained unaccounted for after the battle, making Lima Site 85 the largest single ground loss of United States Air Force personnel during the Vietnam War. American aircraft were then ordered to destroy the abandoned equipment so it could not be used by the enemy. The radar station that had never officially existed disappeared beneath bombs, fire, and smoke. The fall of Lima Site 85 revealed the hidden reach of the Vietnam War. It showed how deeply the conflict had spread into neighboring Laos, how secrecy complicated military decisions, and how technicians placed on an isolated mountain suddenly became frontline combatants. For years, their families received few answers. The location, mission, and circumstances of the loss remained buried beneath government secrecy. Today, Lima Site 85 is remembered as one of the most tragic chapters of America's secret war in Laos, a mountaintop installation surrounded by an army, defended by men never trained to fight such a battle, and lost during a mission the world was never supposed to know had happened. If you have any photos, videos, or stories to share, please send us a message. And to all veterans, thank you for your service.